What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one, I'm going to be talking about the one and only Tesla stock, what you should be looking out for the future. I'm also going to break down some very important information about Tesla because tomorrow is going to be a big day for the markets. It's going to be the last full trading day before the big rate hike decision is going to be made, and many Fed officials may be speaking as well to be talking about the rate hikes and their opinions. So we do have some very big things to discuss. I'm also going to break down some breaking pieces of news coming out involving Tesla and also great pieces of news going on in China and things like that. Now, before I break anything down, before I get into any more details, I do have to mention a couple of things before starting. Firstly, I'm not a financial planner, so don't take any of this as financial advice whatsoever. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. Not only benefits me, it benefits the entire Tesla community as a whole. And the last things, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull, the link down below, and deposit any amount of money into the account, you're guaranteed up to 12 free stocks, each worth up to $2,000. And the best part is, out of these 12 free stocks, one of them could be a free Tesla share. It's a limited time offer. The offer ends in just 11 days, so please check it out before they run out. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So looking at Tesla, this thing is looking pretty strong as of right now. We actually pushed up pretty well, and we have a very nice looking bullish candle that actually formed on the daily. What I really like about Tesla's chart as of right now is the fact that we are respecting a bit of an uptrend just like this. You guys can see Tesla actually got a nice bounce up 295, and since then we've been just uptrending over and over again, and we are starting to make those higher highs at least somewhat because we do have resistance at 309, but overall it's looking pretty nice so far. Now the thing about this is I wouldn't get too comfortable about the price action just yet because we do have big things coming up in the markets that will really affect Tesla. So looking at the dates, please note that tomorrow is going to be the start of the FOMC meeting. It's not necessarily going to be like as big as Wednesday, but it is the last full day we have for the markets and the big market makers to prepare for the changes to come. So on the 21st, which is Wednesday, the Fed is going to announce to what degree they're raising the federal funds rate, to what degree will interest rates go up. The day before, I'm not sure if Powell's going to be speaking. I don't think he will be, but we are going to see many Fed officials give their opinions on this matter, and this could actually affect price action. So I do anticipate some choppy price action tomorrow, similar to what we saw today. And I want to actually talk about something else. So with all these big events coming, I think that right now the markets are pretty uncertain. The bonds market has already started to price in 100 basis points, but the overall market isn't necessarily doing it the same way. Right now, we've priced in 75 basis points, but we haven't priced in 100 basis points. So, because of that, it's very unlikely, in my opinion, we truly get 100 basis points, and it seems more likely for us to actually get 75. Now, this is not confirmed until Powell makes the big decision on Wednesday, but with that said, we could see adjustments being made to these numbers in preparation, maybe for the last minute, just in case there is more uncertainty about what's about to come. Now, looking at the overall market right now, we do anticipate another jumbo rate hike to come. Now, how jumbo will it actually be? Is it going to be 75 or 100? That's the question that's going to be answered. But right now, a lot of articles are talking about how the Fed will likely refrain from 100 basis points because it will have a big effect on our economy. And it really will change our view of Jerome Powell and how the market really perceives this, because the Fed's power doesn't just come from rate hikes or their policies, but also the psychological aspect it has on the markets. So this is why it's going to be very important for us to pay attention to what is being done, because the view of Powell is he's often this guy that's very dovish, the guy that really likes the markets to kind of rally. He was very careful to not say the wrong things at the certain right times on many instances. So we'll have to wait and see how this goes. Right now, I'm still a little bit more optimistic though, because I do believe the market is set to rally going into midterms. And I really think that if they do raise it by 100 basis points, this could cause a bit of a retracement in the markets in the futures. And it wouldn't be the best for midterms, in my honest opinion. But is that such a big factor? The answer is maybe. That's really something that's contentious though. So anyways, for Tesla, I want to talk about just a couple of big pieces of news. Then I'm going to look at the data and dissect the share price. So something good that happened, guys, is China has lifted the lockdowns in Chengdu and many of their other cities. So that's a very good piece of news for us, because when these lockdowns were coming, A lot of Tesla investors were kind of like on the edge about how this may affect not just demand in China, but also the Shanghai Gigafactory. But despite that, it looks like Tesla did not get any of these shutdowns. Instead, they actually started expanding even more in Shanghai. They actually recently just completed their production capacity expansion. So once again, they're just killing it in China. They should be able to produce over 1 million per year in just China alone over the next couple of months. And to me, that's going to be absolutely big for not just expansion, but also them reaching their goals, really helping with their profits and the margins to really help their investors on a daily basis. What else is really good is we're seeing them aiming for a massive sale ramp up in Germany. So once again, in Germany, we're seeing big improvements being made to the gigafactories, and they're really trying hard to bring those numbers up to really make up for what was going on in the past in the markets and the economies. And they are still working very hard to improve these numbers again so that they can not just reach their goals but to actually improve the company itself fundamentally for the future. So it's a very nice thing that they're doing. With all that said, Tesla is still very strong fundamentally. So for the short term, what am I anticipating for the markets? What do I see happening to Tesla? And that's also dependent on the overall market. But if you look at the relative strength of them, right now Tesla's looking pretty strong. It's looking stronger than even like SPY compared to before. And just to make this simple, guys, what do I mean when I say this, right? Because on a normal day, Tesla has a tendency of moving well above SPY, but SPY had a big push at the very end. It was actually a little bit stronger at the very end than Tesla. But for the most part, over the last couple of days, you guys could see SPY came tumbling down over the last week, whereas Tesla is very close to the previous high it made over that same time frame. You guys can see how this thing's been rallying. So Tesla's doing very well overall. Now the question is, are we going to continue to push to the upside? In my honest opinion, what I'm seeing in SPY is it looks like SPY might actually fill this gap up here. And then after that, I'm not sure if we're going to continue to rally. We might just start to chop and kind of range trade from there because that's where the uncertainty really comes in. I don't think SPY is just going to keep rallying for the entire day tomorrow. I do anticipate some chop, guys, because with FOMC coming this close, power hour is going to be crazy tomorrow. It really depends on what the market makers want to do. What else was very interesting is a lot of these big institutions were over leveraged on the put side for today, for this week. And this could be a trap set by the bulls to really make money on those options and trap them, right? This is what often happens in the markets when one side is going a little bit too far, because a lot of people are getting ready for like a big crash to come, but we might not get it as a lot of people think. In my previous videos, I mentioned to you guys that going into midterms, I anticipate that the market might make a very bullish rally. So I do think the market is most likely going to start pushing up as we approach the month of November. And it may start very soon, depending on the rate hike decision. So for Tesla, what's very good about it is right now, Tesla's looking pretty strong. If we look at the data, Tesla is outperforming the SPY. The price pairs ratio is getting higher. Tesla's doing very well so far. And more analysts are coming out and saying, now we have Deutsche Bank coming out saying Tesla is a big buy. It's looking very good. I agree entirely. Now, the real question is, okay, if SPY does push up a bit, could Tesla push up more? And that's where, we have to wait and see how this goes tomorrow, because Tesla's really just at its key resistance level right now. Now, if we break past 309 and manage to push even harder, then we're going to have strong resistance around that 314 range, because we got rejected off this range many times. So it's really one of those moments we have to wait and see how it goes, because we're not just moving based off like technicals. We're also moving based off what is being said in real time, based off like fear, uncertainty, and doubt, based off market maker manipulation and all these things put together. So for tomorrow, if Tesla pushes up, watch 314. If we somehow break 309, then 304 is going to be a very key zone, maybe a little bit around that, like $1 plus or above. So please be very careful here, because Tesla has gotten big rejections here. And at the same time, if the market does take a bit of a hit in anticipation of FOMC, watch for 305 on Tesla. So far, this did hold us up today, so I am more optimistic. Watch your 200 EMA, and if it comes down, then 300, 295, and then 290 are also key support stones. So the best thing I could do is just watch what's going to happen. I do think we might get a push into open tomorrow, but then after that, I do anticipate some more chop, maybe a bit of a drop going to like power hour, just maybe because of FOMC. And we know the market has a tendency of not liking uncertainty because we're still kind of like uncertain about what the Fed is going to do. And maybe there could be like a last minute push to the downside because of the imbalance right here. I'm not guaranteeing it though, because I still believe that 100 basis points is pretty unlikely, but it is a possibility. And if we do end up getting that decision on Wednesday, that's where things can become very, very big from there, and a clear direction should be set. With that said, for tomorrow, all right, watch support and resistance levels, remain calm, cool, and collected, and be ready. Listen to what is said on the news about the rate hikes, and be ready because FOMC is coming. It's going to be big for the markets. It will affect you and me in our daily lives. It's going to affect our economy, the markets. So please do what you have to do. Anyways, thank you all so much for listening. Remain calm, cool, and collected, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Tesla to the moon because the long-term future is still bright, and peace out.